All right. Well, good morning, y'all. Happy Monday. So let's get started on this distance learning process. So everything in this class, we're basically doing the same thing. It's just going to look a little bit different. I know I've gotten a lot of questions. Thank you all for who's filled out the distance check-in or the check-in for distance learning. I appreciate that. That's how really we're going to be able to check in. Really, here's the deal. So I need to be able to check in with you once or twice per week to make sure that you're on track, and also that I want to make sure that you are not confused on any of the assignments and that you're able to still grow and learn. In our classroom, how it works is it's a lot of independent study. I try to create an environment for you to engage and work in new and interesting ways, and so we're going to keep that tradition up here. So how this is going to work is all of your assignments are going to be in modules listed out by week. So you probably can't see any of these because I've unposted them, but right here you're going to see our assignments for this week. We're going to start off with an archetype video. Archetypes are patterns. We're going to talk all about that in the video with a discussion post, and then I'll be in the discussion post as well this time as people start to fill it out. But each day you're going to get about a 15 to 30-minute assignment. Some of these assignments are going to take longer, like our close reader ones. You're familiar with those, though. We've done those in class. If you've not been in class for those, let me show you real quickly here what those look like. These are going to be our Cloud Doc ones that come in here and look something like this. So you're going to read, I'm going to have some stuff highlighted for you. You come down here, when it says question 1, you answer your question in the box below. Pretty basic stuff here. Reading Tom Sawyer, it's one of my favorite stories, one of the best stories to read all year, so I'm excited that you're going to be able to do it here. Now, we're not going to read the full novel in class, I don't think yet. But we'll start off with this to see what's going on. Now, I'm hoping that these questions show up in yours as well, where my comments are here. There's a full scene in chapter 1 where our author doesn't put dialogue tags, where he doesn't say something like Tom said this after the first one. So Tom says, "I can lick you." Lick is just means to punch, to beat up, and then this new kid says, "I'd like to see you try," and they alternate back and forth. So if you can find an audiobook of it on YouTube, I would highly suggest that. I know if you have an Audible account, which is an audiobook site, uh, Ron Swanson from Parks and Recreation, his name is Nick Offerman, does a really good one, and that's how I'm actually listening to it as we go through this novel here. You go through, you answer the questions, you highlight what you need to highlight. When you're done, yours button is going to say submit right up here, and so you can click that and you'll be good to go. If at any point you realize, oh, it's not loading up right, I would click the refresh button. The other thing that would be important here is if you're using Chrome, you can come over here and do settings, and you can clear your cache, CACHE, or you can clear your cookies as well. And oftentimes that's really the difference here. What I can tell you more than anything is sometimes refreshing the page or clearing your cache is going to be the best thing for you. And so basically how this is going to work is we're going to have a module each week. Right now they're saying April 15th is when we'll be back. But if that extends, we'll still have some more ones to do here. So this week we're going to do a bunch of Mark Twain. You're going to watch a biography video on Ed Puzzle, and then you're going to come down here and read some of Tom Sawyer, one of his most famous novels. Next week you're going to have a quiz on the 8th, and that just deals with the 3 close readers that you've done. And then at the end of the week, one of the things that people were talking about, what they wanted to read is some school stuff, go back to, think back to school. And so what we looked at is we found 2 videos that deal with school lunches and why school lunches are the way they are and how they've changed from the early 1900s to now and what those changes were and why they happened. And so we're going to be looking at some school lunch things here, and then you're going to post in a discussion post, basically a paragraph. A lot of what we're going to be working on is engaging in nonfiction texts. And why we want to do that is because we know the world is a different place now. The world feels a little bit different. And so it's important to be able to analyze nonfiction text and to see sort of what's going on in the world and to be able to analyze that to see what's good, what's bad, and how to actually show, okay, who is telling us the truth and who isn't. Okay, and so we're going to be looking at that over the next couple weeks here, and so far that we can. Now, again, this is all under modules. You'll see just these 2, and you can start working on them. Each one is due, I'll say on Friday, like the 3rd is really when all these are due, but I'll start to grade these as we go along. Everything's going to be off grades for now. In terms of no zeros will be put in until we hit our 2nd week, and then I'll start putting zeros in if we need to. Edpuzzle is a great resource for you to use. Edpuzzle is going to be something we use a lot of in this, and this is just going to be where we post our um, videos for class. So anytime I show a video, we're going to do this on Edpuzzle. And what Edpuzzle does is it pauses the video wherever we're at, and it's going to allow you to put in a sort of a short response or a multiple choice question as you're watching the video. So hopefully that's going to make sense as you get into it. I know this is our first time using that. And so with that, I know it may come with some surprises or stuff, but if there is any issues, please let me know. You'll be good to go. Okay. So a lot of these are going to be discussion posts and video watching, video, multiple choice, and 3 readers. Now we're going to do some more readers as we go throughout with different stories, but I just wanted to make sure you know all that you need to know. Other than that, I hope you have a great week. We're doing well over here. My dog is loving this break. I don't know if you have pets, but if you do, I'm sure your dog is obsessed with you, and if you have a cat, I'm sure it still hates you. But other than that, I hope you have a great time. If you have any questions, feel free to shoot me an email. I'll be available pretty much every day from 9 to 11, and then 1 to 4. But really, if you need me, I should be able to respond to any emails within about an hour of time. All right, y'all. Well, if you have any questions, shoot me an email. Thank you guys so much, and have a great day.